In this episode, we're going to be exploring each of these commandments, what they mean, and their relevances in today's society. So, probably with some Bible reference, then we're not going to like go through everything, but those that I believe
we are having issues
with right now.
Yeah.
That's what we're going to be looking into. So, like I said, commandment is a set of moral principles that Christians do abide by, given to us from God through Moses. And we have 10 of all these commandments. So we have 10 of the commandments.
Right.
But we're going to be looking at those that I think is, kind of make, push us where we are today by not following them. Here with me, my co-host, the CEO of the Limprimp. And we're going to be doing this together today again, just to see our view on how the commandment is affecting our society as a whole. So, welcome back, Limprimp. What's your take on the 10 Commandments? What's your view? How do you think the commandment is affecting our society by not following them?
Well, so there's a lot of things that's going on in the society now that you will think, I think even as a non-Christian person, you'll be like, you are definitely thinking something's up. And I know people are wondering what's going on. But as Christians, we know what's going on. And I'm sure it started from, how little by little God has been taken out of, society little by little in our schools, in, gatherings. Little by little, we've been taking out God. But then when we talk about the 10 Commandments, the 10 Commandments is from the Old Testament of the Bible, right? And I don't think everybody knows about the 10 Commandments. I don't think everybody knows. But for Christians, I believe
think not everybody?
99 to 100% of Christians that go to church and read the Bible will know about the 10 Commandments. If you are going out there killing, I don't know.
You sure that is not
thou shalt not kill? Okay, thou shalt not kill.
So let's go through the commandment.
Do you think everybody knows thou shalt not kill?
Let's go through the commandment. The first commandment is in the book of Exodus, chapter number 20, verses 3. And that is the first commandment. We say that no other God. You shall not have any other God.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's the first commandment. The second one is also in the Exodus 24. We say that you should not have any idols.
Mm-hmm.
Then the third one of the commandment is that do not take the name of the Lord in vain.
So if there are atheists that don't believe in God, do you think they know this one? I don't think they know the commandment. But all Christians, 99 to 100% should know about the 10 Commandments. Hopefully, I hope so. But I don't think everybody knows about the 10 Commandments. Not everybody in the whole world. How about Buddhists, Hindus, Muslims? Do they know about the 10 Commandments? Is there 10 Commandments in the Quran?
But they have their own
laws that they go by?
That they do abide by.
Maybe. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so then number 4 of the commandment is that we Christian people are going to say that this is given to the Jewish people, that it's more or less like the commandment that God gives to them.
Mm-hmm.
But even though this is a commandment that God gives to them, if we employ this commandment, if we try to apply it to our day-to-day lifestyle, the world will be in a better place. So the fourth one says that remember the Sabbath day, which means that most people will argue about this Sabbath day also. Is it Saturday? Is it Friday? But it's just that we have to keep it holy.
Mm-hmm.
So probably the day you want to concentrate yourself. Some people don't even work on Saturday if they are Jewish beliefs. So, then the fifth one is said that you honor your parents. And this is one, I want us to circle that, start that. Those are the ones I really want us to actually talk about. Those that we're going to pick.
Oh, yeah. So that's right. That's one of the...
that's one of the things that is affecting our society. Honor your parents.
That's true. Okay.
The sixth one is that do not murder.
Mm-hmm.
That
Very
also
big.
is going on in our society.
Right.
And the number 7, do not commit adultery. Okay? That's number 7. That one is also going on in our society.
Still.
Number 8 means do not steal. It's going on in our society. Number 9, we
False
say that
witness.
do not bear false witness. I think that one also, we can see that is going on.
Covet your neighbor's wife. Ding, 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 ding,
That
ding.
is the last one, and is the most important one I want us to discuss about. And in my own opinion, in my own view, I want to, open this a little bit, open it more out of covet your neighbor's wife. Covet is covet. Either you are coveting your neighbor's wife or you are coveting someone else's land.
Yeah, they wrote it there.
Covet
Property,
is
right?
covet, yeah.
Neighbor's house, wife,
Yeah.
or possessions.
So let's start from the last commandment, which is the 10th.
The juiciest one.
Yes. And
Okay.
from there we pick, or you want to start with the the 5th commandment.
Remember that this is the Old Testament. It's not
Yeah.
in the New Testament.
Yeah, but still, if we apply it, even if you are not a Christian, if you abide by all this, the world will be a better place.
Mm-hmm.
So let's start from the 5th commandment.
Okay.
And we'll go down to the last one.
Okay.
So the 5th commandment, it said that honor your father and your mother.
Mm-hmm.
And that you will see in the book of Exodus, chapter number 20,
Okay.
verse 12. This is telling us the importance of honor your parent and the relevance of family in this modern world.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think about that in honoring our parents according to this commandment?
Okay, 1 minute.
Because it said that
Honor
when
your
you honor your
parents.
parents,
Mm-hmm.
so that your days may be long in the land of the living.
Okay, so for kids to honor their parents, first, the parents have to do their job on the kids. If you are not doing a good job as a parent now on your kids, don't expect them to be honoring you.
But let's assume you are not doing it.
That's what I'm saying.
Make it right?
That's what I'm saying. You have to do a good job first.
If as a parent they are not doing their job, I want to understand if the kid is still just a very young person. But if you are come to an age of an adult, you think it will really matter for you not to honor them just because they didn't do their own due diligence? I'm not talking about teenager now, because teenagers' lifestyle, even if you do everything, teenagers still behave like teenager. Yeah.
But now, that's what I'm saying. You have to do your job in the beginning.
As a teenager to put them right. I can understand where you're going. That's good. Parents need to do their due diligence.
Do your due diligence when they are young, so when they grow up,
they will be on that
make
path.
good choices, hopefully, and then pray that they will make good choices.
Because
when they are now old and they are doing nonsense,
everything that we're going through now boils down to this commandment. When parents don't do their job, they raise bad children that they disturb the society.
Society, right.
Okay, so everything starts from home.
Exactly.
And that's why, as a parent, when you do your own part and you raise a good children, your children become a better person in society, and our society become a better place to live.
Yep, next.
So do not murder is the 6th commandment, which say that you shall not murder. We have this in Exodus 20:13. This kind of gives us this commandment that you should not kill someone that, you do not create. Do not murder. I mean, that's self-explanatory. So don't kill someone. But in today's society, what do you see?
Why are people killing? There's a lot of reasons. Psychological reasons, medical reasons, but it also boils down to the parents. Make sure you do a good job in the beginning so that they don't turn out to be nuisance in the society.
Mostly in America now, another part of the world, every day
there's
news about killing.
Yeah.
And what's causing this killing?
Imbalance at home.
Exactly. Starting from home. Probably government policy sometimes.
Sometimes parents don't instill discipline or punishment when they were young. So now it's hard to control them.
It's so sad that this is going on.
And unfortunately, they take out all their frustration. They take it out on the people in the streets.
There's, I think, is it Beth David or something? I was listening to one of his show, and he talked about in the 1960s something or so, that in school, before they go to class or in your class, there's a prayer of thanksgiving that school have to, render to God in appreciation of them living for the day. They bless their teacher and the nation. And they were like, someone, I'm still going to research about it, that took that out. And when they took God out of school, what we see now is that this killing, and I don't know the agenda behind that, but that is about that. So the next one is the seventh commandment: do not commit adultery. Let me see
I
the
always
text.
ask why. Why do people commit adultery?
Say you shall not commit adultery. You see that in the book of Exodus, also chapter number 20, verse 14. The meaning of adultery is the significance in the Old New Testament, and how it relates to the concept of sexual purity, not laying with someone. And I'm still going to talk about this in marriage. Why do we get married? What's the purpose of marriage? Okay, that's going to be another topic we're going to discuss on this podcast. But when you look at do not commit adultery,
Why do people commit adultery?
people do commit adultery, but the reason about this commandment that do not commit adultery is because of your own safety.
Well,
It's
part
for your
of
own
it.
safety. If you go and lay with another man's wife, if you get caught, you can lose your life.
Wait, what do you mean?
It's for
Don't commit adultery.
Don't commit adultery. Let's take Christianity out of this now. When they say do not commit
Pastor
adultery.
Joe said, don't be saying let's take
No,
Christianity
what
out
I'm
of
saying,
it.
what I'm trying to say is that to those who are not Christian, right? To our young guys that do go out there thinking sleeping with different women is golden.
Good. Then safety is
Now that HIV, we don't really heard about HIV anymore. AIDS, I think,
it's still happening.
Yeah, but it's
you
not
can
like
have STDs.
yeah.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things that
And
can come out of
pregnancy.
this adultery.
People-
So when they
yes,
say do
people can
not
get
commit
pregnant.
adultery, it has nothing to do with God in this place.
Huh.
Fine. Where,
It has
where,
to do-
where,
you just said
wait.
marriage.
No. Okay. I mean, okay. Let me put it this way so that I don't get it confused. It has to do with God because if you are committing adultery, it's a
I
sin
understand
before
what you're
God.
saying. I'm just saying God said man
It's a
and
sin.
woman.
It's a sin before God, right?
You are in a
so
circle.
you are driving yourself
So
away
committing
from God.
adultery is you are coming out of that marriage
Yes.
covenant.
All I'm saying is you can bring something back to your
Wife.
spouse. I don't want to say wife. Not only men do commit adultery. Women do also, commit adultery.
I don't understand. What do you mean? You said man. What? Say that again. Repeat. Oh, I wish I had reversed.
All I'm saying is don't
your
say
wife.
your wife. Use your spouse because either you're a man or woman, both sexes do commit adultery.
Well, I'm talking to you. That's why I said wife.
Why are you talking to okay? I'm saying as men do go out there sleep with other women, so also we have married women sleeping around with other men. So that's what I'm saying. Use spouse instead of wife or husband.
Spouse. Okay.
Yeah.
Spouse.
So you can bring disease back to your spouse.
Okay.
If you are a man going out to sleep with another man's wife, if you get caught, that can cost you your life.
But I don't think God even said this because of safety and all this disease. It's just
yes, but I'm talking
stay
about
with your wife,
say
man
you are
and
not
wife, stay together forever. Now, don't commit adultery. I understand what you're saying.
Let's say you are not a Christian.
I understand what you're saying.
Those are
the
not
safety,
Christian.
Yeah, fine, whatever.
Yeah.
But
I mean, why? Okay.
But what I was going to say is don't commit adultery. I forgot what I was going to say.
I'm sorry. I didn't give you time to talk.
I forgot what I was going to say in the beginning. Say the thing again from when we first started. Thou shalt not commit adultery.
Thou shalt not commit adultery.
Oh, I was going to say greed. Ojukokoro. Yeah.
Yeah, is greed?
Yeah.
Is it greed that causes people to go and do adultery?
It's greed now. If I have this pen
and
I'm looking at your pen.
And I want to actually link adultery to fornication. They are brother and sister. Fornication also is not something people should be engaging in because it can cut your life short. You can get something you are not expecting. Probably if you are not ready to have babies and, pregnancy can come. And for ladies that are not married, that are fornicating around, guys do promise heaven and earth for real, but when they get you pregnant, those promises will go through the roof, off the window. So just be careful.
I was going to say, the marriage counselor said, if you are fornicating now before you are married, you are
having options.
You will graduate into adultery in marriage.
Exactly, because honestly, I mean, I don't know how I can balance this, but I'm trying to
A
balance it. Like, is it
fornicator
okay
is
for
a
you to have?
adulterer in training.
Okay, let's say I don't try and train
That's
it.
what they
But
said.
what I'm saying is that because most people, mostly for guys, they believe they need to sleep with multiple girls before they get married. Now you sleep with multiple girls. You have options. You take different girls. You know how they look like. Now you get married, and you will have
You
people to
think you think
compare
you
your
think
wife to.
all that thing will just
It's not
disappear
going
out
to
of
go.
your
Yeah.
head?
Now you are giving yourself the opportunity not to have a sweet marriage because every little thing your wife did, you will be remembering the girl that can give it to you good. You are, open a room for that, and that can lead you not to have a stable marriage when you sleep with multiple girls before. So, but if this is your first time, you have nothing to compare with. Whatever you get, you think is the best.
Exactly.
So
And then
that's just the
you can
positive
grow
side of
together.
not
Yeah.
sleeping around. Another one, which is the eighth commandment, is do not steal. That's also look like a warning that don't lose your life.
Don't steal. Well, that's true. Don't steal because adultery is stealing too.
And that also is in the book of Exodus chapter number 20, verses 15. This discusses the importance of honesty, the relationship between the theft and other sin, and how we can apply this commandment in our daily life.
I don't know how I was taught not to steal. I remember this.
You just know it's wrong.
No, you don't know it's wrong. You don't know. I remember someone gave me 25 cents, 25
Avatar. Don't tell me it's not wrong. You know why?
You don't know it's wrong.
Even all
until
these little children know stealing is wrong.
They know it's wrong when you tell them it's wrong.
This is computer
No,
age.
Prince, they know it's wrong when you tell them it's wrong. But what I'm saying is you don't know you have stolen until someone tells you you've stolen. As a young child.
Okay.
Is what I'm saying. Now, because I'm saying, how did I know not to steal? You don't just, okay, I'm not going to steal. You know what I'm saying? When I was young, someone gave me 25 kobo. And I remember this vividly. Yeah. Someone gave me 25 kobo. I took it, I bought kuli kuli or something, and I ate it. And then me and my big mouth, I went home. I said, Daddy, your friend gave me 25 kobo. Daddy said, where is it? I used it to buy kuli kuli, and I ate it. The beating I got that day, that always remind me next time when somebody give you something or you see something that doesn't belong to you. How come you still
remember that beating?
Because
are you holding your dad against that?
No, because it was significant and it made me, from that moment on, money became nothing to me. I'm telling you. Because anytime I see money, Daddy, someone give me money here. Then they'll be like, oh, now you can go and use it to buy something for yourself.
Yeah, I understand that. That's really good. That's really good.
And when I was living with my grandma, no matter if mama has a lot of money, they know I can never take it or steal it or take it to go and use to buy something. You know what I'm saying?
So you are trying to justify that the first time you did it, not like you steal. Someone gave the money to you.
Yeah, but that's like stealing because you used it and you used it to buy something. You didn't ask the proper authorities.
Yeah, you're
now,
right.
But when you see Demi now, Demi knows this belongs to Destin. Yeah. This belongs to Maya.
Yeah.
If he takes what belongs to Maya, he'll put it behind his back because he knows that he's taking something that does not belong to him. And they're going to come after him.
I see.
So, people might not know that.
My own is that do not steal is a warning that don't get yourself killed.
Exactly.
Because if you steal someone that, most like in Nigeria now, even if you steal bread, you can get lynched. They can set you on fire. A lot of things is going on. So don't steal. The eighth commandment is that do not bear false witness.
Yeah, you talk about
and
that.
And that is going to be in the book of Exodus, chapter number 20, verse 16. So you shall not bear false witness against your neighbor. The significance of false testimony, and this is also in the Bible, false testimony, and the importance of integrity in our interaction with others. So why I want to link this to, I know people do bear false witness, but I really want to niche this back to our politicians. They say that integrity, in this case, because the integrity is what I want to, capitalize on.
I think I've heard that word in all the other ones.
Yeah,
so
integrity,
honesty.
How is it that as a politician, you're going to come out and say that, okay, this is what I'm going to do if you vote for me, I'm going to do A, B, and Z to make life comfortable. And you get to that office, people hold you by your word, they voted you in. And you get to the office, all you're doing is looting money, and you forget about your promises.
Promise.
And that, I think, I'll kind of put on our politicians.
They
And how do
false
we have
witness.
bad politicians?
Bad people from
Exactly.
beginning, from the
Because
whole.
there's a comment I actually made online concerning one video, and I see a lot of people, right? They were they were in Tinubu's rally, and I see a lot of, big men, and I look at the followers, so I kind of put them into different categories. So I see people at the stage that are influential people, then I see some guys with microphone, and I see a lot of people that are in the crowd. So you see those big men that show up, they get big cash.
Oh, for supporting him.
Yeah, they get big cash, like in millions. They have all their families abroad. They don't care about if Nigeria is good or bad. All they are
They are
after
secure.
is their pockets. Yeah, they are secure, their families abroad. If everything goes, if the economy is going the worst,
They can disappear.
yeah, they have their second passport. The second category is those with mic. They are not that influential, but they are more or less like political, hand tools. They use them, to mobilize people, things like that. Those are not that influential, but they can pull crowd a little bit. They also get some chunk of money, even in millions, but not like as big. You see all these middle guys, they are not that rich, but they have a little link with the politicians. They can help them, set the papers that they are going abroad for whatever, and they take their family with them if the economy is bad. But the last set of people are the one in the crowd. They don't have second passport. If anything get worse, they're going to be the one to get the hit. And these are the people that I actually feel sorry for because they are blind. But how can you liberate them when their shackles look like a goat chain to them? How can you set them free? Because they keep following all these old politicians, all these politicians that will do nothing for them just because they're going to go home with a sack of gari or 2,000 naira or whatever they're going home with, and they mess up another 4 years for the rest of the people. And when the economy turn bad, those two sets of people I mentioned earlier, they have second passport, they can leave the country.
Yeah.
Why they leave you there they run away? So those are the set of people that I think they do bear false witness because they know this person I'm following, this particular politician is not going to do anything. He's going there to steal, but yet they follow him because, and I don't blame the politician. If I'm spending millions of naira to get into a position, when I get there, I want to make that money times 100. So I don't blame them. I blame the people who follow them and collect all this money from them. So I blame them. So the last one, which is going to be the 10th commandment, is do not convert. That's the last commandment. And that is the book of Exodus 20, verse 17. And this is the biggest one. This is actually what is causing unrest in the world today. And that is in the case of Russia and Ukraine. Do not covet. And when you look at it this way, people will think do not covet your neighbor's wife. According to what I have here, you shall not covet your neighbor's house, wife, or possession. All this is going on. We see people sleeping with their neighbor's wife. We see brother and sister, brother to brother, fighting over land, things like that. But I want to, possession is what I want us to actually capitalize on. What caused war? Why do we have war? Like the one going on with Ukraine and Russia now is because of territory. I want more. I want to acquire more. Give me your thoughts on that, and we'll close this in a minute.
I don't know how countries become countries because sometimes a lot of wars have to be fought.
Yeah.
I mean, look at Texas now. Before Texas, I think in the history of America, it started from Texas all the way from down in the south, and then they started acquiring land all the way up to what America is now.
Yeah.
Was it by peace? No, it wasn't by peace. Unfortunately, it was by wars. That's why I try not to. That's why it's very hard for me to comment on Russia and Ukraine, because everything stems from greed. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The European people, they came to America. And they started killing American Indians before they can say, okay, United States of America. So it's not like it hasn't been happening before. Unfortunately, it's just sad when innocent people are killed and innocent people are displaced from their homes. That's the sad part. But thou shalt not covet your neighbor's wife. I was going to say, this is the 10 commandments in the Old Testament. The New Testament is love your God, right? And love your neighbor as yourself. I want to base that on love your neighbor as yourself. If you love your neighbor as yourself, you will not want to take what belongs to him in the first place. You will not want to take their wife. You will not want to take their possessions. You will not want to do something that's going to make them hurt or cry. You know what I'm saying? But because we are, first of all, nobody cares that there's a God. Nobody knows that there's a God. They don't care if he exists. So, of course, number 2 is not going to mean anything to them. Love your neighbor as yourself. Nobody cares. So now people are just doing whatever they want.
That's
unfortunately. And that's why everything, I can just see in the next 5-10 years, people are getting shot every day. There's mass shooting that used to happen like once in 5 years. Now in 1 year,
it's like every other day.
We are only in February. There's a lot of people have gone just because of, I want to save myself is what they said. I want to save myself. And what did the Bible say? If you want to save yourself, that's when you lose it. Oh my God. If you want to save yourself, that's when you lose it. But when you give your life to Christ, then you are actually saving yourself. So may God help us.
So the 10 commandments say that you shall not covet. And it said, do not covet your neighbor's wife, house, and possession. It said, this commandment teaches us to be content with what we have, avoid greedy, jealousy.
I say greed.
It encourages us to focus on what we have rather than what we lack.
Don't have.
And to be grateful for the blessings in our life. You see, this boils down to, like you say, when there is love, every other thing will not matter much. But when you look at it, that do not covet, that's why you have your own wife. That's why you have your own land. And if you don't have your own, work and get one.
Exactly.
But when it comes to country, is when it comes to greed, the urge for power, to grab more. I want to grab more. I want to grab more. And at the end of the day, we are all human race.
Yeah.
Nothing we're going to take back to wherever we come from. So it's so sad that it is the kind of world we're living today that everything has to be war.
How about social media? Social media is another big thing because let's say 5-10 years ago, when I know that, okay, I'm using this pen. I know that I have this pen, right? This is by Pilot and it's 0.38 pen. When I write with it, I'm happy. But now when I see social media, when you start scrolling, you are seeing, wow, Bugatti has pen. Wow, Gucci has pen. Wow, and then you are now, because if you don't have that contentment, now you are thinking, it would be nice to have that Bugatti. And then you see your friend using Bugatti. It's like Cain and Abel. You see your friend now using Bugatti. Now hatred has entered.
Yes, jealousy has entered.
It's not even about the pen anymore. Now you don't like the guy that has the pen that you want. And now the thing will be telling you.
And that's what kind of spirit is that?
Spirit, I don't know.
Well, I just want to, let us cut it down here, nip it down. So just to our viewer, I just want them to believe that the commandment of God is like a roadmap, a way to live a life free of worries and hate, all this agony that we're going through. Even though I want to see everything that is going on now as the signs of the end time. But I just hope that our viewers have gained a deeper understanding of this ancient and moral principle. I hope that we can implement this in our daily life, in everything we do, in our dealings, in everything we do at all. If we're able to, look back and reflect on this commandment, there will be peace in the world, and we will live in a peaceful way. So I hope you've gained, a little knowledge of this 10 commandments and how it affects our day-to-day life activities. So thank you guys for listening.
Thank you very
We see you on our next episode. Stay blessed. Bye-bye.